cockroaches. Does anybody know what this is? This is a lemur, that's right. She's called the brown lemur. She's called the brown lemur because, yeah, she's brown, that's right. If you look just at her eyes, would you think she's awake during the day? Or Santa, would you think she's awake at night? And she does, she looks like a nocturnal or a nighttime creature. But you know what's funny? She's not. She's diurnal. Just like you and I, she gets up in the morning, the first thing she does, she goes around and says hello to everybody in her extended family. And you guys want to see? It's pretty weird. You sure you want to see this? Everybody turn to your neighbor and say, oh, no, don't do this. Then she goes jumping from tree to tree. She'll jump, go say hi, bro. She'll jump from tree to tree, looking for fruits and flowers and leaves and bugs. Then, this girl here, she'll groom her fur. In Madagascar, the land of the lemur, there are 97 different species. 97 different kinds, each one, two things in common. They're only found in Madagascar, and every single lemur is in a little bit of trouble. We need to protect the Madagascan forest, the land of the lemur.
How many of you have ever seen a lemur before? Oh my goodness.
This is a lemur. You think that lemur was pretty cool, right? Madagascar is a pretty cool place. Well, right here in America, we have some of the coolest animals in the world. As a matter of fact, people that live in other countries, they think that we have the coolest animals. You might have a favorite animal from Africa or Asia or Madagascar that you're going to see today, but don't discount the animals right here. Santa, have you ever delivered, well, of course you've delivered presents down to the bayou. Have you ever seen an alligator?
I have from way up high in my sleigh.
It's probably a good place to see them from, but you know what? They're not really an animal that comes after people, even though they have the strongest jaw pressure of any animal on Earth. But he's really sweet. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you how sweet he is. Would you like to come over here and pet him, Santa? I'll go over down here in this hand and I'll hang on to him. And you just come over there and pat him on the head.
Well, look, I'm no gator hater, but I am right-handed. Maybe we can switch places.
Switch places? Okay, that's not a good idea. Spike here is actually a very, very sweet guy. He's been with me for 25 years. They eat fish. They eat almost everything. They can get the size of a car, 13, 14 feet, 1,000 pounds. In my lifetime, these guys were almost extinct. They were almost gone. Almost like the dinosaur, disappeared from the earth. But in the last 50 years, we have brought them back from the brink of extinction, and now there are over 5 million alligators back in the wild. And he is Christmas green. Yeah, isn't that cool? Did you guys know how to properly say goodbye to an alligator?
This?
You've said it all your life. See you later.
Alligator.
All right, let's try it again. See you later, alligator. Oh, what do we have over here?
We have the oldest donkey, Santa.
Oldest? Well, help me out, audience. How old is he?
This donkey is so old, he was Mary's Uber to get to Bethlehem. This is a Sicilian donkey. His name is Nobby, and he is my favorite animal I've ever worked with. Super smart, and look at those ears. Those ears are letting you know that he's aware of you guys sitting out there in the stands. He's set up for walking on those rocky hillsides, and for carrying, he can carry his own body weight for an entire day. He can go without water as long as a camel. This is an amazing survivor, and an animal that really did help man for many years as a pack animal, as a beast of burden. He is, in actuality, he's about 37 years old, which is still pretty old, but he's doing just great here at SeaWorld. Santa, can they say what sound a donkey makes?
That's right. Hee-haw. Everybody together at the same time. Hee-haw. Oh,
It sounded a little bit like a donkey, a little bit like very sick dogs, but that's all right.
All right, everyone get out of your big head.
Moving fast.
Who do we have next?
Another beautiful animal from right here in the Americas. When you visit Central and South America, this is an animal that you might see way up in the trees because you are going around at night, and that's the only time he comes out. Does anybody know what he is? Kinkajou is their real name, but honey bear is even better. But I'm going to show you, Santa, I want you to be intrigued. Be intrigued. I'm going to show you how good this guy is up in the trees. Look at that. This guy can support his entire body weight by his tail. Not many animals can do that. He can turn his feet around backwards So he can climb trees head first, he can come down head first, he can go any way he wants to because he is built for living 200 feet up in the trees. Such a beautiful creature that I hope you get to see when you're going down and delivering presents in South America, Santa.
It's like a living Christmas tree ornament.
Whoa! Check him out! This is Matty the Great. And Matty the Great is an alpaca. And people always say, well, what is an alpaca doing in a Christmas show? Well, funny thing is, Christmas and Santa is how the alpaca got its name. When Santa first landed in Peru, and he first landed, this animal approached him, or his ancestors approached Santa and said, Santa, I'll pack up those presents. And that's where he got his name. He has this wonderful wool coat that the people use to make beautiful sweaters and tapestries. You know what? He's built in threes. He has 3 lips. Not 1, not 2, but 3 lips. He has not 1, not 2, but how many stomachs? 3 stomachs. And to walk around the cliffs, he has not 1, not 2, but how many toes? No, he only has 2 toes. 2 toes and a very soft pad, and he's an excellent mountain climbing creature. When there's danger, he does something pretty cool. They put their backsides all together, they look like one great big animal with lots of heads, and that animal, what's ever bothering them, might want to leave them alone. I think he's beautiful, even though he's a little bit covered with hay, and he's got so much stuff in here he could go a week just eating out of his wool. Amazing creature, the alpaca from the Andes Mountains in South America. Let's give a big hand for the alpaca.
You think that alpaca could go a week without eating? Check this one out.
Oh my.
This is his bigger cousin. From the deserts of North Africa, this is the dromedary or one-hump camel. This is the animal that brought the wise men to Bethlehem.
Of course.
And you know why we call them wise men? Because they were smart enough to use camels. This is the perfect animal for the desert. Everything about this animal is made for living out there. The eyelashes, you know what those eyelashes are good for? To block sunlight? To keep sand out? Nope, they're for getting girlfriends. No, they are! They're for blocking sunlight. They're for keeping the sand out of his eyes. He can close his nostrils completely shut so that no sand is getting in there, just a tiny little bit of air. It can carry 5 times as much as a horse can. When they're full grown, a male camel can be 10 feet tall and weigh over 2,000 pounds. You see those big old feet he's got? They're like huge frisbees on the bottoms of his legs where he can just float across the sand. So perfectly built for it. Even when he lays down, he's got built-in knee pads and a built-in chest protector. This guy might live 50 years. And the people still today that live in North Africa, the Bedouin people, the nomads, they still consider this their most valuable family possession. It's like owning a house. It's so important to them. All of their clothes comes from this beautiful prized camel wool, and they just have to brush it out. They drink camel milk. In Ramona, right up the hill, is a camel milk dairy. Did you know that, Santa?
I did, I've been there.
And you can have camel milk ice cream and it's lactose-free.
Delicious.
How cool is that? Pretty wise men that took this animal across the desert to meet Jesus' baby, right?
Yes.
Yes. All right, everybody say bye to Isaac.
Say goodbye.
This is not your ordinary porcupine. This is the African crested porcupine. He wanders the grasslands in Africa with lions and leopards, hyenas and jackals. Is he afraid? No, because of his hair. And not this hair up front. He's not afraid because of this hair back here. He has, get this, 10,000 needles, Santa. 10,000 needles. 10,000 just ready. So when an animal gets too close, well, have you guys heard about them shooting their quills? Do you want to see it work? Actually, we're just messing with you. Do porcupines really shoot their quills? This is just hair. It's hair that's sharp and stiff and pokey, and when contact is made, that's when those needles are left behind. They're not spring-loaded. He can't be walking down the trail and say, fire missile 6. It just doesn't work like that. Hey, Santa, would you like to pet him? Oh, sure, come on over here.
His little mohawk reminds me of my hair in the 80s.
Rub him right here. Stiff those quills are. You just don't want to rub a porcupine the wrong way, right? Then you just get that smell. It smells a little bit like body odor.
Well, I didn't want to say anything.
That's not me. That's the porcupine. I guess if you're this cute, it doesn't matter how you smell.
Sure,
Yeah, that's true. From the African grasslands, that is Morocco. We call him Momo.
Let's give a big hand for Momo! I think we have time to meet one more friend. Would you like that? All right, good. David, are you ready?
Look at this. This is the most beautiful Christmas animal that you come across. Now, we've visited all over the world. We've gone to South America. We've gone to Madagascar. We've gone here in America, Africa. But we have forgotten the North Pole. This is an honest-to-goodness real reindeer. Now, they call them reindeer not because of the stuff that comes down out of the sky. Yeah, not because of that. But because you steer them with reins. This is Jingles, and Jingles is about a 7-year-old. He has not made the team yet, but he is on Santa's backup. He's on B team.
He's working on it.
He is built for the Arctic, though. He's got hollow hair, just like those polar bears. You guys know that? They have hollow hair, it's like insulation. They also have, same as the polar bears, they have black skin. The black skin helps to absorb all that heat from the sun through those little monofilament hairs, almost like fiber optics that bring the sun right down to his skin. It also helps him to float. These guys are great swimmers, just like a polar bear. And I would not have gone all day today showing you animals from all over the world without bringing out your favorite.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to thank you so much for coming here today. Did you like meeting the reindeer? How about the rest of the animals?
Hey, quiet.